Welcome to Yoga by Beth. Today's focus is stretching. So if you're working from home right now and you're finding that your low back is tight and shoulders are tight from sitting in a hard chair, or maybe a chair that's too soft, or just not in your usual routine of exercising, this one's for you. So more about breathing and stretching than about strength work this morning. I hope you enjoy it. If you have a strap and a block, great. You can use a scarf, you can use a belt. So if you need to grab something, pause it right now, grab it, and otherwise we'll get started. So coming to the top of our mats, we're gonna roll the shoulders up and back, and let's just find our center first this morning. Palms outward, belly's in. Inhaling and exhaling. Soft knees, just finding your length here. And then let's just stay still a moment, palms outward. Maybe wiggle your toes a little, just feel that. How does that feel? Play with closing the eyes and see how nice and steady and strong and tall we stand. And we'll lift the chest one more time, and we'll start to add just a little bit of movement. So let's bring the hands together. So classic steeple grip, pointer fingers, last three interlaced. And we're gonna lean to the right, eyes looking up under the armpit. We call that Ardha Chandrasana, standing half moon. Exhaling to the top. So we're moving slowly still as we start to wake up our bodies. Oh, that feels good, right? Back to the top. This time hips forward, just a little back bend, because we're still warming up. Little one, hands to our heart and all the way to the floor. Now this is first place you might want the block, right? So if we've got the block, we can turn it either way, and we're just breathing. Shake the head out a little bit, up and down, left and right. Roll the shoulders, just releasing any tension that might be left. Nice. Inhale all the way up to the sky. Exhale to the heart. All right, let's do that series a couple more times. So breathing into that Ardha Chandrasana, steeple grip, leaning one way, back to the top, and the other way. Beautiful, back to the top, tiny back bend, hips press forward. Exhaling, hands to heart, fingers to the floor. This time let's add a flat back. So our hands go to our shin. Again, I'll turn for you. Crown of the head to tailbone, as straight as you can make it. So a lot of times I see this, or I see this. Try to just be nice and neutral here. Exhale back to the toes. Let's do it all again. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale, steeple grip. Inhaling, lean. Exhaling, top. Inhaling, other side. Exhaling, top. Inhaling, hips forward. Exhaling, hands to heart and fingers to the floor. Inhaling, hands to shins, creating that long spine. Exhaling to our toes. Beautiful. I think we should do it one more time. Yes, big breath. This time I'll stay this way so you can see it from the side view. Nice big lean, one direction. Exhaling, other direction. Releasing, arching the spine, tiny back bend, and then breathing out as we come all the way forward. Landing our hands, dropping our head. Inhaling, hands to shins. Exhaling back to the toes, and just breathe for a moment. So allow the energy to run through the legs. So you might feel that, right? A little tightness or tension in the hamstrings, and that's okay. Just let it go. Shake it out, shake it out. Doesn't that feel good? Let's breathe. Inhale, arms wide. This one's also good to do at the end of the day after you've sat too long. But we're gonna work on stretching the back a lot today, right? So let's turn and create a twist as we look over the shoulder, right? So we're gonna inhale nice and tall to the top. Exhale, turn to the other side. Beautiful. Inhale, again, turning so you can see. Exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. So this one creates nice heat as we start to open up the spine. Big breaths. Good. This time here, stay at the top. Good. Let's swing the arms back and come into a chair. So this one's just to create a little bit of heat. We're not going to stay here too long. Belly's tucked in. If you've got something, pretend you're holding onto something between those legs, creating some energy. Nice, easy chair pose, Utkatasana. Good, let's raise all the way up, nice tall. Coming all the way to fold. Belly tucked in, swan dive. Drop the head and breathe. This time, let's do fingers to elbows so that we can hang and release that lower back. And if you like, this one feels good, sway just a little. Shifting the weight in the hips, softening the knees. And then exhale and see if maybe you can just hang a little deeper. Just let it go. Doesn't that feel amazing? Starting to let our thoughts quiet, release the hands to the mat. All right, remember that flat back. So again, you can use blocks here if that's helpful too. So we're gonna lift to the shins, or you could use your blocks. Either way works. Exhale back down. So working on the hamstrings a little bit. Inhaling, long spine. Shoulders away from ears. Exhaling, toes. And again, inhaling, long spine. Exhaling back to the toes. All right, so I'm gonna turn. First big steps, we're gonna step back and find that down dog. So you wanna find your perfect position on your mat, wherever you are, the floor, if that's what you got. Palms about, shoulder width apart. Tailbone lifts to the sky, we press back. Our head is between our elbows, and there we are. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Now we're feeling the energy down the back of the legs again, right? So let's pedal the heels like we're walking the dog, right? That's what we call this. And sometimes I use the Sanskrit words. They're beautiful to say, but I usually also include the English version. So this downward facing dog is Adha Mukha Shavasana. But just continue to press through and then press both feet back. Oh, and I bet if you've been sitting all day or if it's first thing in the morning, either one, you're probably pretty tight, right? So just enjoy that stretch. And then you can twist those hips a little, right? So just like we did standing, just sway them a little. You can shift the weight out of your feet. You can add a little side twist for the back. Oh, feels good, doesn't it? Good, let's drop our knees. First child's pose, sitting back. So any of you that are new to yoga or new to my practice, really at any type of yoga, child's pose is our resting pose, right? So you want to do this however it feels good to you. So we just let our head down. Our knees can be wide or close. Our arms can be extended, or they can be back here, or just breathing. Just breathing. And any time in class that you feel a little bit winded, you are welcome to come back here. Before we get too comfortable, we're going to keep moving. So coming up to all fours. So we want those palms under the shoulders and knees under the hips. And notice I'm not swaying my back, nice flat back here. We're going to do just a little bit of spinal balance to make sure we're feeling stable this morning. So one arm, opposite leg. Okay? Let me see. Come up a little bit. There we go. So nice and long, reaching. Breathing, not forgetting to exhale, switch. Looks good. Try to keep a neutral spine. I just looked to make sure I was in the frame, but nice long neck. Beautiful, and reset. So we're gonna do a few sunbirds while we're here. So this is gonna be nice for the back and the belly. So back to the right arm and left leg, but this time point the knee, or bend the knee rather, flex the foot. And we're gonna go in and out. Inhaling and exhaling. If you wanna tuck the chin a little and create a little more work, you can, but since we're focusing on stretching, you can also just make it a little smaller. All right, so do what works for you. One more. Beautiful, reset. All right, so we tend to get off a little bit. Shake it out if you need to. Reset and let's switch sides. All right, so remember that we're gonna bend that knee and we're gonna come in and out. And again, they can be nice and gentle. If your back's tight, this might be as much as you can do, but if you wanna make it a little bigger, you can tuck and squeeze. So good, just a few more. Last one. Good, reset. Take your knees wide this time for me. Sit all the way back, releasing into child's pose. Breathing, breathing. All right, we are going to do a little bit of energy moving work, right? So we're going to come up to kneeling plank. So watch, if your knees were wide, bring them together so they're right under those hips. Palms under the shoulders. We're going to do our little mini vinyasa to make sure our joints are warm. Our elbows are close. We're coming down into a little push-up, back up, and sitting back on all fours. Perfect. Let's do a few more. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. And again, big breath. Keep moving. So this really is great to warm up the joints. I call it your hinges, right? Our body has hinges that allow us to move forward and back and side to side. So when we do this little series, beautiful for what? Elbows, wrists, right? Shoulders, hips, knees. All right, let's do one more. So good. Good, and sit back and breathe. Just sit back and breathe. Chest to the mat. Letting that energy go. Beautiful job. Let's come to all fours. Bellies are tucked in. All right, so we're gonna take that right arm, reach it to the sky. Now it might look here, here, or here, big reach, and exhale, reach it under. Let's do that again. We call this thread the needle. Beautiful for the back and shoulders. Good, one more time. Exhale, and land, breathe. Breathe. Good, let's try it on the other side. All right, now listen, if you have a hard time getting your head to the floor, great place for the block, and I'll show you that on this side. Big breath. Inhaling and exhaling, and again, you're gonna come down. If you can't reach, look, block makes a nice rest for the head. If we're really tight, that might be a good option. So good. All right, nice and easy. Sit back. Just breathe, press that chest down. All right, now that we're a little warmer, we're gonna get into some of those stretches, right? But we're gonna come back to standing to do that for just a little bit. Pick up those knees, find your down dog, hips and tailbone high, you look fantastic. Let's take the back leg, bring it forward, and then turn to me, so that we're all looking at each other in our nice wide fold. So good. So just take a moment here. Figure out where you want to be. Wider feet are better. Okay, I'm going to tell you that. So the wider you can get your feet, the better. And then just look, drop your head and breathe. Just feel that first. Blocks can be helpful here, right? So you can rest your elbows. Mine's the egg, so it's a little harder to do it this way, but you can watch them. Try not to lock your knees out, right? We tend to want to buckle them back, keep them soft. So good. All right, let's take one hand to each ankle, and then we're just gonna shift the weight. So what are we stretching here? We're stretching what? This inner thigh. Feel it. Now you can make it really big, like this, just small. Okay, so choosing what's gonna work for you, and then breathe. Exhale, drop the head. All right, now we're gonna work one side. So reach to the foot to your right or left, doesn't really matter as long as we switch sides. Okay, so grab the ankle and drop the head. Now, yours might look like this, right, if we're really tight, or this way, if we could get a little closer. The opposite leg is straight. This leg, little bend. See that little bit of a bend? And breathe. You should feel it in both hamstrings, inner thighs. Drop the head. Just let the muscle stretch. Beautiful, nice and easy. Softly walk it to the other side. Same thing. This is good for your hamstrings, which also, if we're sitting all day, can really help stretch the body. We're going to take a walk outside and then come stretch. Good, back to the middle. All right, so this one's a little tricky. We're gonna turn our hands, right? So my fingers are looking backwards. And so you might have to come a little closer to get through. And if your hands won't reach the floor, just use your block, okay? We're gonna walk the hands through the legs. So it might stop here. You might be able to go all the way here. Just play with that, drop the head. Reaching, finding that energy in the fingers, reach. I bet we feel those hamstrings. Nice, walk the hands back. All right, now we're gonna reverse that. So flip those fingers around, walk them forward. All right, walk them forward to as far as you can go without lifting your heels. Then press back. So notice, wide leg down dog, yes? Our head is between our elbows. We're pressing into our palms. We can even lift our fingers a little bit. You stay there. I'm gonna change directions so you can see where we're going next. All right? All right. So what we're gonna do is come forward if we'd like this. If this is too much, you're gonna stay where you were. You can also drop to the knees. I need to move my hands just a little. Let's do it again. So this is gonna be just a little bit of core work for us while we're here. Inhale forward. Hold, knees option, right? Belly's in. Exhale. Beautiful, beautiful job. One more time. Inhale, belly's turned on, all the way forward. Contract the abdominals. Exhale, push, and just enjoy the release. As you do, nice and easy, walk those hands back. Oh, drop the head. Easily turn the toes out, one hand to each thigh. All right, so to face you for this one. All right, nice and easy. So this is a beautiful stretch for your back and your hips. We inhale round, see that? Round the back. Exhale, take one shoulder to opposite knee, we sink into it, right? Inhale, and exhale. I'm just looking up to make sure everything looks good, right? That we're moving correctly. Inhale, eyes down, exhale. Beautiful, let's do a few more. I bet these feel good. These are one of my favorite. Feeling that right there, right? Good. Last time each side. Good. This time inhale all the way to standing. Roll those shoulders back. Let the energy run. Do we feel it run through the body? Just breathe. While we're here, a couple shoulder rolls. And then pull the shoulders back and down, hands behind. Chest expansion. So you stay wide. I just want you to see from the side. If I can, my hands are off the butt slightly. Just breathe in that. Let it go. Let it go. All right. Little neck stretch while we're here. Tip head to one side. Look at that, stretching that. If you need more, you can give it a gentle pull. Exhale, chin to chest. Beautiful. to other side. We don't stretch our necks enough. They also have a lot of tension, tech neck, right? Looking at your computers. Beautiful back down. Good. How are we feeling? All right, we're gonna work our way to the floor. So let's bring those feet back in. Back to mountain, shoulders back. Big breath. Let's work our way with that Ardha Chandrasana from the beginning. Steeple grip, leaning to the right. Beautiful, exhale to the top. And leaning to the other side. And exhaling to the top. And hips forward, squeeze. Bigger back bend if you can, then hands to heart. And down to the mat. Just drop that head. So good. So good. Hands to shins. And back to the toes. Good. All right. We're going to come down. So we're going to take one foot back and then the other. Find your down dog. Press those heels. We're towards the end of our practice this morning, so feeling the stretch in the back of the legs. And then knees down and press back. Breathe. All right, we're gonna lift that chest. Come up onto our knees for camel pose. So we want the knees about hip width apart. If you do it too wide or too close together, it's gonna hurt your back. All right, hands here. Everybody can do this option, hands to hips, feet flat. Roll the shoulders back and a little push, and it can be little, right? We can keep it little. If you want a little more, you can curl the toes, reach one hand up and one hand back, creating an arch in the spine. If you're feeling really good and stretched this morning, both hands back, chest forward. Keep that chin tucked. So good. Camel's a tough pose. If you did one side, we're switching to the other. Breathing. Beautiful, nice and easy. Hands to hips and come out of it slow. Take the knees wide on this, release that back. So good. Nice and easy, lift that chest, have a seat. All right, we still got time to do some long stretches. We're gonna sit up on those sit bones and bring the legs long. First one's our simple forward fold. Okay, so nice and long, reach up, lift the ribs. Remember this, ribs out of the hips, long, belly in, reach forward. Then let the hands drop, let the head lead. And we're gonna just stretch. Breathe. Shoulders back. Nice, lift the chest. All right, take one leg, back leg, crosses over the front. We're gonna leave this one straight today. Take that arm closest to the front, reach it up, hug your knee. This hand plants right behind your butt and then sit up, seated twist. There's that back stretch. Can you turn the head a little more? Maybe, maybe not. Sure you're breathing. Good. Spin it back. Same thing. So bring your closest leg over. Reach. Wrap. Hand behind. Sit up tall. So yours might look like this. Might look like this. Might look like this. Those are the progressions as we get a little more flexibility in the spine. fantastic. I hope you've enjoyed this morning. Just a little bit more to go, and we'll just do a little tiny bit of meditation at the end to finish it up. Good, back down around to the middle. Take your hands. Now, if you're going to use your strap, you want to have this close for the next part. But first part, we're just going to roll back. So hands to hamstrings, bring those knees in. Oh, doesn't that feel good? All right. Take one leg to the floor. Doesn't matter which one. Find your strap if you're using it. So mine's long, so I'm going to probably double it. And I'm going to hook my foot into it, right? So here's my strap. And we're going to hold it here. Look at that hamstring stretch. Draw it towards you. Now, it might be a little, might be a lot. Gentle. Flex foot. That feels good. We're breathing. Now, do you want a little more? You can lift that nose towards the knee and or let the other leg float. That's up to you. See how it feels. Beautiful. Lower the head. Take the hand closest to the leg, has both straps. Other arm out to the side, let it go wide. Now, you can support this, right? So if you want to let it get really low and you're able to do that, fine. But you want to give it some support, you can stay up here. Just play with that. The elbow's right here pinned on the floor. You see that? Breathing. Inner thigh stretch. So good. Bring it up. We're going to switch hands. Take this arm out to the side and bring it across. Now watch, this is not going to go far, and I don't want you to push it to this because your hips are coming off, right? So just a little bit till you feel it right down that side into the IT band. If you have sciatica, this one's fantastic for you. Beautiful. Bring it back and release. Nice and easy. Ah, yeah, you want to do the other side? Sure. All right. Foot in the strap. First part, we're going to bring both hands and bring it close. Don't forget to breathe. Take it wide. Arm out. Support. Use yours, see where it goes, and maybe let it fall naturally. Breathe, exhale, see if it'll fall. Just a little tiny bit more, right? Every bit counts. You guys are fantastic. Beautiful, let's bring it up, switch, and arms across. Same thing, right? Don't let that hip come up too far, just till you feel that tension. You feel a little energy running down the side of the leg. Breathing's important. Good. Bring it back. Release. Knees in. So good. All right. Last little piece, then we'll meditate. Hands to the shins of one leg. Let's do the one closest. Point the other leg. Squeeze and switch. So these are great for so many things, right? It's a good stretch for your groin and your hip. But it's also good for your digestion, right? So these are good for the colon. Big breaths. Nice and easy. All right, bring both of them in and squeeze. Last thing, I said last thing already, didn't I? That's okay. Feet wide, hands on the floor. Rotate the feet. Another thing, we don't stretch our ankles. And especially if we're sitting a long time, we're not moving them and they'll get stiff. Point and flex. Good. Now curl those toes. Good. Feet up. Arch or flex the feet. Take the hands out. Same thing here. I'm going to lift mine just so you can see me better. In and out. We don't stretch these enough either. How many of you are typing a lot, right? Or maybe it's just overuse of the remote. But stretch them out and shake. And we're all done with the work. So we are going to meditate for just a few moments. Just have opportunity to catch our breath and absorb all that work. So let's find comfortable, whatever that is. You know, you can stay right here with knees bent if you like that. You can stretch all the way out. You can rest your hands at your sides. And just close your eyes for me. And just rest. All right, so get that soft face softened. And while you all just get comfortable, I'm going to turn that music off. So these last couple minutes, let's just let our breathing slow down. We're nice and centered on the mat. Let our feet fall wide. We've stretched our feet, we've stretched our hands. Let your hips melt into the floor. And just breathe. Give me some nice big breaths. Inhaling. Let your belly rise. Exhaling. And let's try this calming breath. So one hand on the belly, one on your heart. Inhale. And exhaling. And again, inhaling. Exhaling. Notice how my breath or your breath can be longer, right? So inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling slowly, 2, 3, 4. And then coming into whatever feels best. Softening the eyes, the mouth, the chin. Letting your head just drift, your fingers be soft. And for these last minute or two, we're just going to breathe. Allowing your thoughts to drift. Listening to whatever peaceful sounds you've got at home. Just breathing. Taking just a few more deep breaths. And it might move just a little, and you're welcome to stay here longer if you like. But if we're going to come out of this, let's wiggle those wrists and ankles. Feels good, right? Nice big stretch. Hopefully you enjoyed those nice long stretches for your body. Bring your knees in. Let me know what else you want to see, what else you need. And rock a little if we like. And then turn the knees, let them fall to one side. That feels good, releasing that lower back. Turning all the way over if that feels better. And then we'll come to seated. Slowly take your time. You may need longer. Sitting cross-legged, palms on the knees. Let's roll the shoulders back. And one more time with the neck. Head to shoulder. to shoulder, head to chest, and the neutral spine. And that is our practice today. Big, beautiful breath, palms wide, bring it to heart center. Namaste. Have a blessed day.